When you hear the words emotional intelligence, do you immediately start thinking, oh, it's that empathy stuff? Or maybe you start thinking, I'm aware of myself, I'm good to go. Or as an attorney, you might think, I have to be mentally tough. I don't have time for feelings when I have to go and advocate for my client in court or be tough in negotiations. There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to feelings, emotions, and emotional intelligence. So let's dispel some of those misconceptions today. Hi, welcome to From Porch Lawyer. I'm Francine, your host. When I was growing up, every time I did something that wasn't perfect, I heard about it. As a result, as with many people, I grew up with this perfectionist syndrome, feeling I had to be perfect all the time. And with that comes also the imposter syndrome, which means that every time I do something and I accomplish something, somehow in the back of my mind, I think it's just not good enough. And that's just to name a couple of things. And my parents were trying to do the best for me, but that's what happens when you react to somebody constantly. So when my son was born, I vowed I was going to do things differently. And one of the things that I did differently was how I reacted to things he did. Now, my son was a pretty good kid, but he was a boy. Need I say more? And I didn't want him growing up with that perfectionist monkey on his back. So I knew I couldn't react to everything he did. I also didn't want him to think that when he accomplished something, it wasn't good enough. So again, I had to be careful about how I reacted to things that he did. There were tons of times when I could have just reacted to things he did the way my parents reacted to me. But after 40 years, I can count on one hand the number of times that I reacted by yelling or a strong reaction to him as he was growing up. And it wasn't because he was an angel, and it wasn't because I was an angel. Each time I did have a very strong outward reaction to my son, it was very calculated, very measured, and designed to get his attention and to teach him something. The rest of the time, I responded much more mildly, sometimes not responding or reacting at all. Now that I am a certified emotional intelligence consultant, I realized that I was more measured with my son than I was with anybody else, including myself. What I didn't know then that I know now is that when it came to my son, I was exercising more emotional intelligence. So what was different? Because I'll tell you, it wasn't just empathy. It wasn't just self-awareness. There was a lot more going on. But today when I speak about emotional intelligence, often I hear three common misconceptions or myths that I'm going to address today. One is, I can't be any more empathetic than I am, or I'm tired of hearing about empathy. There's more to life than empathy. Or two, I know how I'm feeling. I'm good to go. I don't need to spend any more time or energy on how I'm feeling. Or three, I need to be mentally tough. So I don't need to get into feelings and emotions because I don't have time for them when I have to be mentally tough. So let's start with number one, empathy. I agree, we hear a lot about empathy, and I don't have time to be empathetic all the time either. But here's the thing. Empathy is only 1 out of 15 competencies or skills that are measured by emotional intelligence. The other 14 include things like assertiveness and independence, which is almost the opposite of empathy, and stress tolerance and problem solving. These are things that we all deal with every single day. Here's the point with emotional intelligence. We want to balance all 15 skills and competencies. For example, if somebody has a really high empathy, but very low in the other emotional intelligence competencies, that high empathy becomes a problem instead of a benefit. 2, self-awareness is just step 1. The purpose of awareness is to be able to impact behavior. Awareness without action is pretty meaningless. As a lawyer, your awareness of yourself and others is a tool to impact your behavior and to influence others. Do you want to have better relationships with your spouse, your children, your coworkers? Do you want to be able to influence judges and juries more effectively? How about your clients? If you said yes to any of that, you want to elevate your emotional intelligence, elevating and balancing out all 15 competencies. The key is impacting behavior, not just awareness. Mental toughness, boy, that's number 3, and I agree. Mental toughness is important for lawyers. Mental toughness is important for any business person or anybody who's pursuing a goal in life. I'm all for mental toughness, and without it, I wouldn't be where I am today. Mental toughness got me through law school. It got me through 5 years of struggling to get my full certification as a ski instructor. Mental toughness got me through cancer. Mental toughness got me through helping my son recover from a severe traumatic brain injury. Mental toughness is helping me get through COVID. But mental toughness is more robust with emotional intelligence. Some of the most mentally tough people I know are the Navy SEALs. But Navy SEALs are mentally tough in part because of their emotional intelligence. They have to be. They have to be aware of their emotions and regulate their feelings, as well as the emotions and regulate the feelings of their teammates. They have to know how to help each other when they're experiencing fear or frustration or other emotions and feelings. They have to be able to quickly make decisions, which is an emotional intelligence competency. They have to be able to problem solve quickly. They have to be able to deal with their emotions as it's coming up, because suppressing emotions interferes with good problem solving and decision making. Awareness of emotions and how to manage emotions and how to influence behavior are key components to a good SEAL team. Do you want the mental toughness of a Navy SEAL? I do, which is one of the reasons that I study emotional intelligence and work on mine on a consistent basis. Today, I am more emotionally intelligent than I used to be. Today, I am more deliberate with my choices and my actions based on emotions, like I did with my son, and now I do better with myself and others, except when I'm not. That's because I am a work in progress, as is anyone who is heightening their emotional intelligence. But it does make me a better person. It does make me a stronger person. It makes me more mentally tough and more fit as a person. Working on emotional intelligence is like doing squats and sit-ups for my mind. And when you're ready to start doing squats and sit-ups for your mental and emotional fitness, give me a call. And I'll see you back here on From Porch Lawyer.